The next morning, Naomi resumed school with a bright smile. She walked into class, but his seat was empty. So, she took out a small, neatly wrapped gift and placed it gently on his desk. Then she went to her own seat. Moments later, Aiden walked in. But the boy who entered wasn't the Aiden she'd laughed with at the waterfall, or the one who danced with joy when she said, "I love you." No, this was the Aiden she'd first met 3 months ago. Cold, distant, unsmiling. He sat down quietly, glanced at the gift on his desk, and without a second thought, pushed it under his locker. Naomi turned, surprised. Maybe he hadn't seen her. Maybe he was just moody. She tried not to overthink it. But after the third class ended, Naomi had quickly submitted the class assignments at the teacher's office and rushed back to the class to see Aiden. But he wasn't there. He wasn't in the classroom, or the hallway, or the courtyard. Then it hit her. The music room. She ran there, and her heart skipped. There he was, sitting at the grand piano, eyes shut, his fingers pounding the keys with rage and pain. She tiptoed closer, smiling softly, and covered his eyes from behind. But what happened next froze her heart. He shot up from his chair, face dark, eyes blazing. "What do you want here?" She laughed nervously. "Aiden, wait, you're joking, right? Did you get the gift I left on your desk?" He glared. "What do I care about your gift?" He snapped. Then his voice hardened, cutting deep. "Besides, why should I joke around with the girl who got into Marrow High just to plot revenge against me?" The color drained from Naomi's face. She staggered back. Her lips trembled. What? What? Who told you that?" She whispered. "So it's true." He roared. His voice echoed in the room like thunder. "I was just a stupid experiment. You baited me, and I fell right in. You made me love you just to hurt me. I'm so stupid, Naomi." "Aiden, please," she cried. "I can explain." He raised a hand sharply. "You don't have to explain anything. Just stay away from me, far away." And with that, he stormed out, slamming the door behind him. Naomi's knees gave way. She sank to the floor, clutching her chest, tears spilling down her face. She should have told him the truth earlier. Why did she wait? Why did she let him find out this way? The question tore through her as she wept in silence. Later that afternoon, Aiden sat in his car outside the school, fuming. He couldn't focus, he couldn't think, His heart and his mind were at war. He stared at the gate, waiting, hoping she'd appear, just so he could be sure she was safe. But then he caught himself. She doesn't care for you, Aiden. He muttered under his breath. Go home. The driver glanced at him through the mirror. Sir, did you say something? Aiden sighed. Never mind. Let's go. The car rode away. Naomi waited until Aiden's car had left before walking out of the school gate. Her head hung low, her heart heavy with shame. She knew she'd hurt him, but she also knew the truth was different. Yes, she'd won the scholarship to teach him a lesson. But the moment she saw the real him, the boy behind the name, she realized revenge didn't heal pain. It only deepened it. She walked alone along the quiet road leading out of the school's busy lane. Lost in thought, she didn't see the black minivan that began trailing her. By the time she turned the corner, it was too late. The van screeched to a stop beside her. Two men jumped out, faces masked. Naomi screamed, loud and desperate. They grabbed her, clamped a rough hand over her mouth, and dragged her inside. Her shoes slipped off in a struggle, landing silently on the dusty road. The van door slammed shut, and in seconds, they were gone. That evening, Aiden couldn't rest. Every sound, every tick of the clock reminded him of her voice, her laughter, her tears. He tried to read, to sleep, to forget, but he couldn't. Finally, he gave up and paced his room. His eyes landed on the small package Naomi had left for him that morning. He picked it up slowly and unwrapped it. It was a knitted cap. Simple, handcrafted, heartfelt. He closed his eyes and pressed it to his chest. A single tear rolled down his cheek. He didn't care anymore if she'd come for revenge. He loved her, and that was all that mattered. Just as he reached for his phone to call her, he rang first. It was Naomi's grandmother. "Mama," he said softly. "Good evening, Ma." "Aiden, my son, please, I hope I'm not disturbing you. But is Naomi with you?" Naomi's grandmother said, her voice trembling. No, Ma. Is everything okay?" "Ha! My baby, my child, oh. Naomi hasn't come home. Her phone is switched off," she cried. Aiden's heart stopped. "What? Wait for me, Mama. I'm coming right now." He grabbed his keys and ran down the stairs, shouting for his driver. 2 hours later, the small compound was filled with anxious neighbors. Mama wept uncontrollably, clutching Naomi's pillow to her chest. Aiden had searched everywhere, every corner of the neighborhood. But Naomi was nowhere to be found. He'd never seen anything like it. A whole community united in worry for one girl. And standing silently among them was Shadrach. Eyes red, face blank. "I'll find her," Aiden said firmly. Ngozi, the neighbor, shook her head. "You've searched everywhere, Aiden. She's gone." "Then I'll search again," he said. "And again, until I find her." He ran out of the compound, determination burning in his eyes. Shadrach followed. They drove through the dark streets, retracing every step of her usual route. Then, Shadrach froze. "Aiden, look!" He pointed to the ground. Lying in the dust was Naomi's shoe. Aiden ran to him. His face went pale. "This can only mean one thing," he said hoarsely. "She's in danger." "How can you be so sure?" Shadrach whispered. "Because Naomi would never leave one shoe behind. She was taken by force." They scanned the area, and Aiden spotted a CCTV camera mounted on a nearby building. Shadrach frowned. "But that's private property. You can't just..." Aiden's voice cut in. "This is where my last name opens doors." Within minutes, they were inside the security office, watching the footage. And there it was, Naomi, walking alone, then the van pulling up, then her being dragged inside. Aiden's fists clenched. Shadrach's face turned pale. Aiden immediately called his uncle, the commissioner of police. Within minutes, the van's plate number was traced. As they waited, the two boys stood outside in silence, the weight of guilt between them. Finally, Shadrach spoke. "I'm sorry, Aiden. I was jealous. I shouldn't have said the things I said. If Naomi had gone home with you, she'd be safe right now." Aiden looked at him quietly. "I'm sorry too," he said, "for letting my bodyguards hurt you. They were following my orders. I take full responsibility." Shadrach blinked, surprised. Naomi only wanted to teach you not to be a bully. She never planned to fall in love with you. Shadrach said guiltily. "I know. Naomi is not that type of girl. I only realized it too late, after I'd said words that hurt her. I feel so bad about all of this," Aiden said. Shadrach pats Aiden's back reassuringly. "We'll find her. Nothing will go wrong," Shadrach said. Aiden looked up at the night sky, his voice breaking. "I just hope you're not too late." Shadrach placed a hand on his shoulder. "We'll find her. Nothing will go wrong." Aiden nodded silently, and in that moment, two rivals became allies. Just then, Aiden's phone rang. It was the commissioner. Aiden answered quickly. "Uncle, we found her." Aiden's breath caught. "Where?" Aiden listened to the commissioner, and when he ended the call, he said quickly to Shidrak, "Get in the car." Together, they raced off into the night. As the headlights cut through the darkness, for the first time, Aiden Balogun prayed. Naomi sat on a cold wooden bench inside the police station. Her eyes were tired, her palms trembling. The door burst open. Aiden and Shidrak rushed in. Before anyone could speak, Aiden crossed the room and pulled her into his arms. He held her tight, trembling, whispering between broken sobs. "I'm sorry, Naomi. I'm so sorry." Naomi drew back slightly, tears glistening. She smiled faintly, reached up and wiped his cheeks with her fingers. "Hey," she whispered. "Big boys don't cry." Aiden laughed through the tears. "I thought I'd lost you forever." Shidrak stepped closer, his voice gentle. "Naomi, I'm so glad you're safe." Naomi chuckled softly. "So it took my missing to bring you back to your senses, eh?" He grinned and they hugged. The commissioner of police approached. "I see you are glad to have your friend back," he said to Aiden. Aiden nodded. "Yes, sir, she means the world to me." The commissioner's tone grew serious. "I'm sure you'd like to know who was behind the kidnapping." The room fell silent. Everyone turned toward him. An hour later, behind cold prison bars, Kesiana was screaming. She threatened to call her father, the president, the vice president, anyone. But none of it mattered. She was 18 and old enough to face the law. Her father tried to pull strings to shield her from justice. But this time, not even influence could save her. Naomi filed her case, and Kesiana was charged with kidnapping. The court was packed when the judge declared, "Young people must learn that power and privilege do not excuse cruelty." 3 years in prison. The crowd gasped. It was later revealed that Kesiana had masterminded the master-slave system in Mardown High. Justice, at last, had come full circle. Even Aiden's father, once a man of pride, refused to defend her family. "Let it end there," he said. "No more stains on the Balogun name." 1 month later, it was the last day of term, and also Aiden Balogun's 18th birthday. He hadn't planned anything. Birthdays were never easy. His mother had walked out on him on his birthday years ago. But Naomi and Shadrach had a plan. They led him quietly through the community. As he stepped through the gate, Aiden froze. Above him hung a bright banner. Happy birthday, Aiden. Voices rose in song. Children, traders, elders, everyone singing for him. Aiden blinked fast, overwhelmed. He'd never seen so much love in one place. At the corner, a giant pot of jollof rice bubbled. Bottles of Zobo and Kunu drinks clinked in ice coolers. People he helped through his father's influence. Those whose lights he restored, whose roads he repaired, were there to celebrate him. Naomi watched his face glow. For once, Aiden Balogun wasn't the billionaire's son. He was family. He ate fried chicken, drank Zobo, and laughed as Naomi threw paper balls at Shadrach. Mama danced in the background with her friends. Children twirled barefoot around them, their laughter echoing through the streets. And in that moment, Aiden realized this was home. Later that night, Aiden and Naomi strolled hand in hand beneath a sky full of stars. The air smelled of dust and roasted corn and the bottom pot of jollof rice. Do you want to know my dream? He asked quietly. Naomi smiled. Your dream? Yes. All my life, I only knew I was heir to the Balogun fortune. But today, I know what I want. I want to touch people's lives. She looked at him, curious. How? True leadership. He said. Politics, maybe. Real change. I want to fight for communities like this, where children deserve better schools, where hospitals actually care, where hope doesn't depend on money. Naomi's eyes softened. That's a beautiful dream. I pray it comes true. He turned, smiling. Of course it will. You'll be right beside me the whole time. She laughed. You still want the troublesome me around? You're the reason I found loyalty in the first place. Think you can run? He teased her. They laughed together. Then they stopped walking, facing each other under the glow of a street light. I love you now, Aiden said softly. And I'll always love you, no matter what. I love you too, Aiden. So much. He smiled. Then, let's make a deal. When we are 25, we'll get married. Naomi giggled. How about 30? She pecked his cheek and ran. I can't wait till 30, he shouted, chasing after her. We'll get married at 25. Their laughter filled the night, echoing through the quiet streets, rising into the stars. From revenge to redemption, from pain to love, Naomi Alade walked into Marudan High with anger in her heart, but left with faith, friendship, and the love that changed every life it touched. This isn't just Naomi and Aiden's story. It's a story about forgiveness, growth, and finding light in the unlikeliest places. And sometimes, the greatest scholarship isn't to a school, but to life itself. The end. Do stay tuned to more thrilling stories on this channel. Thank you for subscribing. Please spread the word about this channel to your friends and family. God bless you. Watch out for the next thrilling series starting this Saturday, titled She Sold Her Daughter for a Son.